Imagine waking up one morning and your radar shows that the United States is under nuclear attack. Missiles incoming. The clock is ticking. You have minutes, maybe seconds, to decide. Strike back or hold your fire. Now, what if I told you this actually happened? It was September 26, 1983. The Cold War between the US and the Soviet Union was at an all-time high. Tensions were boiling. Just 3 weeks earlier, the Soviets had shot down a Korean Airlines passenger jet. Over 260 civilians died, among them a US congressman. The world was already on edge. And on this night, inside a secret Soviet military bunker, a man named Stanislav Petrov was on duty. His job? To monitor Soviet early warning systems for signs of a US nuclear launch. Basically, he was the guy who would tell Moscow if World War III had just started. Suddenly, alarms blared. The system was showing that 5 US nuclear missiles had just been launched, 5 nukes, headed for the Soviet Union. That's it, the big one, the moment they'd been training for. Standard procedure was clear. Petrov was supposed to report the attack immediately. The Soviet High Command would then decide whether to launch a full-scale retaliatory strike. Millions, maybe hundreds of millions of people would die. But Petrov hesitated. Why just 5 missiles? If the US wanted to launch a surprise nuclear attack, wouldn't they fire everything they had? Thousands of warheads, not just 5? Something didn't feel right. He made a decision that went against protocol. He told his superiors, "It's a false alarm." He had no confirmation, no evidence, just a gut feeling and a deep sense of responsibility. And he was right. Later, investigators found that a rare sunlight alignment had caused a satellite to misread reflections off clouds over Montana. It looked like missile launches, but there were no missiles. No war, just a terrifying glitch. If Petrov had followed orders, if he'd trusted the system instead of his instinct, the Soviet Union might have launched a full counterstrike. The US would have responded. Europe would be engulfed. Billions of lives could have been wiped out, all because of a computer error. We came that close. One decision, one man, one night. Stanislav Petrov didn't wear a cape. He wasn't in the headlines. In fact, for years his story was buried, classified by the Soviet government. He died in 2017, quietly in a small apartment near Moscow. But many believe he saved the world. He later said, "I was just doing my job." But sometimes doing the right thing means not doing what you're told. In a world filled with systems, commands, and weapons capable of ending civilization in minutes. One man's courage, one act of skepticism, one refusal to panic may have spared us all. Question for you, if you were in Petrov's shoes, would you trust the system or your gut? Let us know in the comments. Follow Civitas Secrets for more untold stories that shaped our world.